Hello ATF team, Dr. J here for our last ATF breakout. And what I was hoping to do at this point in time is kind of wrap it all up and talk a little bit about how it is that you can carry this out. Let's start with a little bit of refresher of what the Academy to Function is all about, what our core principles are. So if I come to our homepage at www.academytofunction.com and I come to the homepage, I'm looking at our core principles. What is it that we want? We think that fitness should be individualized, it should be accessible, it should be portable, and it really should be practical for you all. And this is what allows you to function better in your world. Whether it's in the home, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in a hotel room, in a semi-rig, on the road, the idea is that it should always be individualized for you. So as I look at this, the individualized component is obviously where we categorized you in your dysfunction. We are able to purposely and specifically prescribe exercises that would meet your individual needs. Again, accessibility. You need to be able to access this anywhere. So whether it be from it can be any mobile device, whether it be your smartphone or it be a computer at home or at work, whatever it is that you need, you can access us through any type of web-based portal. The other idea is it needs to be portable. Everything that we ask that you to use in terms of equipment is transferable in a backpack. It should be able to go anywhere and everywhere that you go. And the last thing, it really needs to be practical. These need to be able to, again, be performed anywhere. They need to be accessible and affordable. You need to be able to afford those. So, that's where I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully at this point you've really realized the benefit of our individualized functional fitness prescriptions, or our FFPs. But in order to carry all these out, you got to have the right equipment. So if I look at our web page, you can go over here to exercises. Many of you should be familiar with this page at this point. But we can go to the video where Dr. Heff and I go ahead and we go through each piece of equipment it is that we use in any of the videos. And we use very reputable fitness companies. But again, we don't endorse anyone specifically. But all the equipment that we use in that video are highly durable and very reputable. But again, that can be quite costly for many of us. While it's only a $450 investment for everything you see in that video, that can still be a lot of money to many of us. And again, the idea is that this should be accessible to anyone, whether it be web-based or it be monetary in nature. So we really want to make this inexpensive for you. And it's also why we provided some of the cheats that you can use in the video as well, things that you can get off the shelf. But a list of those items are right here, and we recommend 7 of them. First being the backpack, the second being a medicine ball, and the key here is that it be inflatable, because if it's inflatable, it allows us to inflate and deflate, which increases and decreases pressure points to your comfortability. And the other part that's nice about having the medicine ball is it offers a resistance, so as we move further into our progressions and our FFPs, we can do some more unique things with that medicine ball. The next is a rolling or a massage stick. Also we use the wooden dowel. We need some sort of resistance tubing. Specifically, these will be used for a lot of our presses and some of our pulls. And then here's what's really unique, the 1 to 2 pound Indian clubs. And you really have to buy Indian clubs just as they are, but those can be a $40, $50, even a $60 investment. And I have a nice little option for those that I can show you in just a moment. The next thing we need these are also stretch bands or mini bands, but this is a smaller circular band that fits around your ankles. And the last thing, and it also can be a little bit costly, is the suspension training kit. But we will say that they're absolutely needed and really offer some unique options in terms of your training and your functional fitness prescriptions. So, knowing that $450 isn't exactly what we all have in our back pocket, I was really excited. Just today I was out shopping and I noticed that Walmart really has an increased selection as it comes to functional fitness equipment. So what I did is essentially I looked through the items, saw what matched our ATF pack, and roughly how much would that cost you. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you by going to walmart.com. We're not going to go to all departments, but I specifically want to look at the sports and outdoors equipment. So, for example, let me look at Gold's weighted. Oh, weighted gloves. Here we go, Gold's weighted gloves. So I told you that those Indian clubs can be quite expensive. Well, here's a nice option. Here's some weighted gloves. I know some of you have been doing the FFPs and they've been doing the Indian club actions with just an open palm and no resistance. But you'll notice here's a 1 pound version and here's a 2 pound version. So pick what's best for you. Okay, but these are a nice option here. We're looking anywhere from $13 to $15, and yet here's another set down here for $15. So really inexpensive version or alternate to the Indian Club that's available right here at Walmart. You know, if I want to look at the suspension trainer, okay, I can look at these as well. And here's a nice option right here. This is I would call it more like an intermediate set. Maybe not quite as convenient as the one that we showed online, but the version that we showed you is about a $100 unit. This is instead of just a $40 unit, much more affordable. And here's an even cheaper version. I don't necessarily know that I recommend the $18 version, but it is certainly much more affordable. And if you're just want to try these things out and see if it's something that you like in terms of the suspension training kits, it's certainly something there and it's an option. But I would recommend a little bit more expensive option in this particular case. But again, what you do is just go ahead, go through this entire list. You can find all of these things right in a Walmart. If you go to that fitness section of the Walmart, if you have a store nearby, and look in the Gold's Gym the items, you can find all of those things right there in one aisle, one-stop shop, and pick it all up. But I thought you might want to have an idea of what the price tag on this or the sticker tag would be. So I pulled it up here. Now I cut and pasted this into a Word document so that you weren't seeing my personal information. But if I take each of those things, so I'm looking here, here's a 3-piece hoop set, which is the same as our mini bands. Here's my massage bar, which is the same as a rolling stick. Here's my weighted gloves, which replace your Indian clubs. Here's a medicine ball. Again, I chose 6 pound. You can choose whatever increment's appropriate for you, but it must be inflatable. Okay. Here's my long resistance tubing. I found an inexpensive version for just $8, but you can find them in there too for anywhere, again, $12, $13, $14. And then here's that suspension trainer. And again, I upped it a little bit. So you can see where the final price as I walk out the store, roughly $100. Again, depending upon if you go with a little bit higher end or lower end options on some of these things. And again, if you decide to choose multiple resistances in terms of some of the tubing, if you want a light resistance as well as a medium or heavy resistance, just to give yourself some more variability, or as you progress through the programs, you're looking anywhere from $90, $95 upwards to $150. And you know, how can you beat that? How many people can say that I've got everything I need to do the functional fitness prescriptions literally for the rest of your life, to be functionally fit, you know, for a cost of roughly $100 in equipment, knowing some will wear out here and there and you'll need to replace it, especially the resistance tubings. But again, you're only talking $10, $12, $15 at a pop, once or twice a year. Inexpensive. When you're talking about a YMCA membership that costs upwards of $300 and some per person per year, we're talking about you can get totally outfitted with the Academy to Functions, you know, again, in-house, in-work, functional fitness prescription programs for, you know, $10 a month roughly, so about $120 a year with $100 equipment startup. So for your first year, you're talking $220. From here on out, you're looking at roughly $120 to get all the fitness needs, you know, individualized for you, specific to your needs. You know, it's like having a personal trainer right there in your computer. So, you know, remember that the Academy to Function, we're here about you. We're trying to make you function better in your world and with the needs that you specifically have at a price point that is affordable, and at the same time all the equipment is accessible, it's portable, it can go anywhere and be done in any place that you're at. So we hope you've enjoyed your time with the Academy to Function. I hope I've shown you how you can implement our programs and how they benefit you, and at the same time you can do it rather inexpensively by simply finding, just going to your local Walmart and finding all the equipment that you need. So we thank you for your participation in this pilot. We've really enjoyed ourselves. We've really appreciated your feedback, and we hope that you've gotten as much out of it as we have. So signing off here is Dr. J with the Academy to Function. And remember, we're here to help you function better in your world.